When two fake HOA officers showed up at James and Laura Bennett's gate, trying to intimidate them with bogus citations, it was clear they were abusing their false authority to prey on innocent homeowners. These imposters, wearing cheap uniforms and flashing fake badges, thought they could bully anyone who stood in their way. But Laura's calm reveal of her real FBI badge turned the tables completely, sending the frauds running for good. Just wait until you hear how this shocking confrontation unfolded and why justice in the end was firmly served. James and Laura Bennett were winding down after a long day, enjoying the quiet comfort of their suburban home. The sun was setting, casting a warm glow across their neatly kept yard. Suddenly, the calm was interrupted by the sound of footsteps and raised voices outside their gate. Peering through the window, James spotted two men approaching. They wore cheap-looking uniforms with patches that read HOA Security, but something didn't sit right. Their badges looked off. The metal was dull, the designs unclear, nothing like real police insignia James had seen before. The men's posture was overly confident, almost aggressive, as if they owned the neighborhood. One of them stepped forward and held up a clipboard, demanding they accept a citation for alleged violations of community rules. His tone was sharp and impatient, leaving no room for questions or discussion. Laura felt a sinking feeling in her chest. This wasn't how a legitimate officer would behave. The men didn't identify themselves properly, didn't provide official paperwork, and their attitude felt more like intimidation than enforcement. James exchanged a worried glance with Laura. The unease grew. Who were these people? And why did they think they could bully their way through their front gate like this? It was a shock, a sudden breach of their safe space by strangers claiming false authority. Laura's stomach tightened with anger as she realized what was really happening. These men weren't here to protect the neighborhood. They were here to exploit it. Wearing cheap uniforms and fake badges, they were trying to bully and intimidate innocent homeowners into paying fines that didn't even exist. She couldn't believe how brazen they were, acting like they owned the place. Their smirks and harsh voices made it clear this wasn't about community safety. It was about power and money. Laura felt a deep, burning hatred rise inside her for these imposters who abused the trust and peace of their home. James shared that feeling. He looked at the men with a mix of disbelief and fury. How dare they think they could scare them with forged badges and empty threats? It was a violation of everything the Bennetts stood for: the safety of their family, their right to live without fear. As the imposters pressed harder, refusing to explain themselves or show proper credentials, the tension grew. Laura's resolve hardened. They wouldn't let these frauds take advantage of them. This wasn't just a confrontation, it was a battle for their dignity and security. The tension reached its breaking point when one of the men suddenly stepped closer, his hand reaching for the gate as if trying to push his way inside. Laura's heart raced, but she kept her voice steady and her eyes locked on the intruder. Without hesitation, she reached into her purse and pulled out a shiny metal badge, unmistakably real. She held it up firmly, the letters FBI catching the fading light. "I'm an FBI agent," she said clearly, her voice calm but unwavering. "Step back now, or you'll face real consequences." The confidence in her tone was like a sudden shockwave. The fake officers froze, their bravado evaporating in an instant. The man who had tried to push forward stepped back, his expression turning from aggression to fear. Within seconds, the two imposters turned and hurried away. disappearing down the street as fast as they had come, no longer bold enough to challenge the truth. Laura and James stood at the gate, relief washing over them. Justice had arrived not with violence, but with calm strength and undeniable truth. After the imposters fled, James and Laura didn't just breathe a sigh of relief. They took action. They immediately contacted the local police to report the scam, providing every detail they could remember about the fake HOA officers. The authorities took their report seriously. Within days, a broader investigation was launched, uncovering a network of fraudulent enforcers who had been preying on homeowners in the area. The police moved quickly, cracking down on the scam and protecting the community from further intimidation. For James and Laura, justice wasn't just about the law. It was about standing firm in the face of deception and refusing to be victims. Their courage sent a clear message. No matter how bold the fraudsters think they are, the truth will always prevail. That night, as the Bennetts settled back into their home, they felt a powerful sense of satisfaction. They had defended their rights, safeguarded their neighborhood, and reminded everyone that standing up to injustice can stop even the most daring of lies.